Good afternoon and welcome to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup here in Sydney, Australia. Game day 5, Group B action coming up soon. Serbia taking on Mali. And Mali, so far, still looking for that first win in this tournament and in World Cup history for them. Shona Thorburn alongside Azania Stewart. We saw Mali lose yesterday to France, but that was a different Mali team. The score was not indicative of really how well Mali played yesterday.
I would have to agree with you with that. They lost to France 59-74, but was leading the first quarter. They came out so strong. They were aggressive. They were absolutely incredible on the boards, especially the offensive boards. They out-rebounded France by, I think, 15 or 20 at one point, and it was because Sika Kone, number 14, had 18 points shown and 18 huge rebounds.
Well, there's a reason why they are top in offensive rebounds, and boy, do they go hard to the glass, especially offensively. And now Serbia, I guess you could say not really the typical Serbian team we're used to seeing. They've had a lot of retirements recently. This is a young team. They are only going to get better. That being said, one of your favorite players, Tina Krajicnik, didn't look like herself yesterday, has been okay, averaging double digits, but some other people need to step up. What does Serbia need to do to get that win?
Well, they always play hard and aggressive, right? They are under a fantastic coach, Marina Malkovic. She always has her Serbian team ready. Like I said, that lady there, Tina Krajicnik, my favorite, has been in double digits, hasn't started in some games and then has started. So Marina changes up her lineup. We don't know the reason why, but she keeps the younger teams starting. So this team has experience, even now the younger girls through this tournament. They've started, they've played a fair few minutes. Yvonne Anderson is definitely the engine of this Serbian team, had 16.7 rebounds and 6 assists yesterday. They lost to Australia 54-69, was a brutal game. So there's definitely going to be some sore bodies out there today, and this is a tough competition.
You said it, Azania. Tough competition is exactly how it has been going. And this is a lot of games in a lot of days. So game day 5, Group B action. We have Serbia taking on Mali now. We have France and Japan coming up after that. And then to finish out the night, it's going to be Canada against Australia.
Yeah, that France-Japan game, huge also, you know, so there's a lot of great action happening today.
And there are the standings in Group B. Canada in first place right now, 3-0. France trailing them 2-1. Australia at 2-1. Serbia desperately looking for that win to keep their hopes alive. We'll take a quick break for the playings of the national anthems.
And now for the national anthem of Serbia.
Well, I mentioned it quickly. Serbia, they need to win tonight to keep their chances of the the quarterfinals of this year's FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup hopes alive. Mali, if they win, all bets are off. We don't know. We've talked about it. This is the group of death. It's an incredibly strong group with Canada, Japan, and Australia and France in the group as well. We know Canada is moving on for sure. I don't know who else is. Well, today's referees, Jung Yu, along with the crew chief, Özlem Yelman, and Johnny Batista Palermo, will be the third team on the court this afternoon. In Mali, they're going to go with the young phenom, Sika Kone, Kuruma, Haidara, Njai, and Balayeda. So those have been the starting lineups so far for Mali in this tournament. You know, Coach Joaquin Brizuela is very comfortable with those players. And like I said, maybe a slow start to the tournament. He was incredibly upset with his players after the second loss that they had, and he kept on apologizing. There is Coach Joaquin right now. He kept apologizing, just saying, I'm sorry, this is not what I expect from my players, and we absolutely saw a different team.
Yeah, much better team yesterday. It was solid against France, and here is the Serbian starting lineup.
Well, we have Anderson, Krajicnik, Ratza, Chajo, and Nogic is going to get the start tonight. She's gone with a few different starting lineups.
Hasn't she? She's changed it pretty much every game. We don't know why, I guess. Obviously, I think she went with the starting lineup with a younger team against Japan, and it actually worked. Yeah. We were like, what was happening? But obviously, Malkovic knows what she's doing. And she's starting with Krajicnik and Anderson, which is important. And there is Marina Malkovic wearing a double M on her chest, like she's Superwoman, because she sure is. And the coaching game.
Yeah, you said it. Definitely one of the more well-known and respected coaches in the women's game. So there's the TISO countdown, just under a minute to tip off. You know, I mentioned quickly, Mali, if they win, this group becomes incredibly interesting again. They get another win tomorrow, they could be moving on. Serbia, obviously, they want to even it out and become 2-2 to give themselves a chance moving on as well in this tournament.
Mali does have Canada tomorrow, though, and Canada have been all cylinders. They're playing very, very well. 3-0, have already qualified, so it'll be different, but still, they want to worry about today. Never lost consecutive games in the group phase at the World Cup, Serbia, so that's very interesting. But there's the last shot of Coach Malkovic getting the Serbian ladies ready to fight, because I definitely feel like this game has been physical. This whole tournament has been very physical. Referees letting both teams play. And if anything, Mali, they crash the boards. You know what they also do? As soon as that shot goes up, they get in great position to rebound. So no doubt the Serbians have spoken about, hey, we've got to box out. We can't let Mali get second. And sometimes we saw Sika, number 14, get 4 offensive rebounds in a row.
Yep, you said it. They're going to need to do, Serbia are going to need to do a good job boxing out on the defensive end to keep Mali off the boards. They have 50 offensive boards so far in this tournament, and they are leading that statistical category. So they are the most dangerous team on the offensive boards. Good afternoon and welcome to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Mali taking on Serbia. Both teams desperate for a win, and great drive there by Haidara, but she just can't finish. And now Serbia with an opportunity. Shona Thorburn alongside Azania Stewart bring you today's action. Krajicnik, not a great game yesterday for them. You hope for her to come out and really make herself a known early in this game. So Yvonne Anderson with a tough layup is off the mark. And now Molly are running, but that pass is picked off. And Chajo, we know she can shoot it. She is not going to hesitate.
Nope.
And great start by number 6.
And you've got to find number 6. Sasha Chajo had 12 points. She was 4 from 11 from the three-point line, but she's not shy.
And miscommunication there by Serbia. We know that they like to get up and press, and it opens yourself up in the front court, and Kuruma with the first 2 points for Molly. So great job there by Krajicnik.
I think she does such a lovely job around the rim. And here comes this press.
And unfortunately, Anderson falls out of bounds. That's what they do. As soon as you kind of turn your back, the back defender from Serbia, they come over and they take risks.
They do. The only team that Serbia couldn't full court press was the Japanese, because they were just so fast.
Yeah. Well, Kone drives to the baseline and is able to draw a foul over Krajicnik, who is bent
got
over.
Winded a little bit. Just got hit in the stomach by Sika. Hit just that, maybe that last little chicken wing elbow. Let's have a look. Yeah.
And they kick it out. Shot clock's winding down, and a great start by Salimatu Kuruma.
She had a good game yesterday too. She had 11 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they, it wasn't all at one time. It was kind of throughout the throughout
Yeah.
the game. She was very consistent. Chajo, the shooter for Serbia, and that one rolls in and out. And Sika Kone not able to hold on to it. Not a bad look, though, by Molly.
Yeah, pretty fast up and down game right now. A lot of trapping, obviously, full court press from Serbia. Molly doing a good job handling it.
And tough shot by Krajicnik is good.
See what I mean, Shona? Just lovely touch. She's one of my favorites, and she plays so well around the rim.
And Kuruma takes the contact but is not able to finish. So ball back to Serbia. And why not go into that woman? She has been spectacular, and that's 3 in a row for her.
That sure is, and that is a good job by Tina, finding herself down low.
And just off the front of the iron is the hot hand for Molly. Chajo doesn't hesitate a lot to shoot it. That one is called an air ball, though.
Well, she's a shooter, right? And shooters shoot. The defense went under the screen, so I don't blame her. Maybe a little early, but that's Chajo.
So what do you think about this substitution by Coach Malkovich? Took out your favorite.
Tina Krajicnik already. Maybe she's a little banged up as well.
We know that they play tomorrow as well. Both these teams have to play tomorrow. And like I said, Tina did not look like herself yesterday against Australia.
Yeah, and then they play France tomorrow. That's a tough, another physical game. So it's important. Don't let Mali get into this game. That's a nice little jump shot.
Good job there by Balieda. Open off of the inbounds pass. And Chajo, she could shoot. And I think Kone got a tip on that ball. And a quick three-point shot off the front of the rim, but an offensive rebound and an easy putback for Haidara.
Yeah, and we spoke about the rebounding game. So, Mali puts up so many shots because they know they're going to crash the boards.
Anderson gets it back.
Got 2 on the clock.
She's got to create, almost turns it over. Nogic has to chuck it up, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation.
And good, solid defense by Mali.
Well, great job, and this is what Serbia does to you. They pick up full court, and they force turnovers, and we are seeing that here today early against Mali. It's kind of their staple. You know, you think about Serbia, you think about aggressive, tough defense, going for steals, and talk about steals. Unfortunately, Anja is not able to hold on to it, though.
Yeah, but good job running through that passing lane. She just tiptoed that sideline, but she was off to the races. Stankovic now will come in for Ratza.
Well, Stankovic, she had a good World Cup qualifiers. We didn't see her play in that last game at the World Cup qualifiers in Belgrade, Serbia. And I know she missed a few games after that tournament with her EuroLeague team. I believe she played in Prague.
She did, yeah.
And, you know, not playing like we have seen her play in the past.
Yeah, but I was in a press conference yesterday, and I felt Malkovich made a great point how tough this season has been for players playing their regular season, then going straight into WNBA, and then leaving WNBA, coming with their national teams. And we've seen some players still who are playing in the finals come here late. And she's saying we're seeing a lot of tired bodies. We're not seeing the fresh-legged athletes that we've seen before. And here's nearly a turnover by Stankovic, and she said that in the press conference, and I thought, actually, that's a great point.
Yeah, and you know, now with the windows that a lot of these national team players are playing on, so that foul is going to go against Anderson, I believe. No, sorry, maybe Nogic. So you know, they're playing a lot of games, and they're going from professional season, national, professional, national, all year round almost.
Yep.
Well, now Mali are able to break the press as that woman just goes coast to coast. What a job by Maimouna Haidara.
Lovely full court layup, really. Nobody came over to help. One thing that Mali's going to do, Shona, is play hard on both ends.
Anderson, tough pull-up, but an offensive rebound. Nogic gets the board and finishes in the key. Look at this. After every made basket or stoppage of play, Serbia are intense and up on these Mali players.
Yeah. And that's their style, right? They're going to speed you up. They're going to turn you over.
And, you know, Serbia has 4 fouls. They're fine with playing with 4 fouls. They're almost used to it. Well, we saw her last play down beat everyone, and Haidara just not able to convert that time. Chacho wide open.
She's not going to miss many of those.
No, got to find shooters in transition, that's for sure.
And shooters, you got to find Chacho. And there's a foul, but that's a miscommunication. I know that must be on their scout, Mali. Chacho shot a really good clip in the end of the Australian game as they surged back in the 4th. So they've got to find her, but good for her shooting that ball.
Well, Netza Jovanovic is checking in now. She has really played limited minutes for the Serbian team.
Yeah, she's played, you know, she started at the beginning, hasn't been in the starting lineup, hasn't played many minutes, but she does play hard. She's great energy off the bench. Njai makes the first.
Well, good job, and Serbia gonna need to be careful because it's bonus from here on out, and they're aggressive to the basket, especially driving. Chacho. And she is feeling it. How about that woman? 9 points, excuse me, all coming from three-point land. And Kone came up with the board but wasn't able to hold on to it as Stankovic finds the shooter.
Good job by Koulibaly there to have a hand, but Jovanovic will take the shot and rebound Mali.
Well, talked about the shooting by Sasha Chajo. Jovanovic can also shoot, and Kuruma, she started hot, faded a little bit, looking at the ref saying, I thought I was fouled, as Anderson with a little spin move, step back, just isn't able to roll in. Well, we know that they do not hesitate shooting early, especially in transition, because they are such a good offensive rebounding team. Unfortunately, not able to convert as Stankovic just not going hard.
It looked unorthodox, so the referee are gonna call it, but she's saying no way. But, which I believe is no way. She caught one step, two step, but didn't shoot it in rhythm. So
yeah,
referees,
it looks awkward.
It looks awkward, and if it's awkward, they call it usually. And that she just needs to pop up on the rim.
Well, Koulibaly, nice step through move, up and under, I think we call that, right?
Yeah, nice.
So good
patience.
job by Koulibaly, who has checked into the game for Mali. Anderson, nice pass to Stankovic. She can't convert. As Koulibaly's made one and make that two. So a good job and some nice minutes early here by Kanku Koulibaly.
Nice, Mali. Really a good job to execute. They were wide open on that shot by Koulibaly, and she hits it down. Can Serbia answer?
And tough take to the basket is Netza Jovanovic, and she will get to go to the free throw line. Well, easy call there by the referee, for the referees. And really, Jovanovic just has not seen her shot fall this tournament.
No. She makes the second. Here comes Mali.
You have to get back in defense, and we know that Serbia likes to get up and press, especially after made free throws. But Mali are quick, so you have to get in front of them.
And Malkovich is saying, hey, the out of bounds was a little awkward. They threw the ball in, but it kind of could have been an
stepping over the line, like she doesn't think they were
out of bounds. But anyway, here comes the game.
Well, nice shot
Sika
down there by Topuzovic, and Sika Kone is blocked by Stankovic, and it's a 3-on-1 as Ratza is fouled.
Good push there in transition by Jovanovic and Ratza. Ratza has been giving Serbia some really lovely minutes. She is going to be one of their up-and-coming stars. She's born in '99. What does that make? 23? Yeah.
Birthday was September 10th. She probably celebrated it at training camp.
Yeah.
And both her shots fit the front of the rim, but that second one was able to roll in. And here's that press, but Molly just able to split the defense. Unfortunately not able to hold on to the ball, so they're gonna have to kick it out. And boy, do they like to play fast. And a nice shot by Maimuna Haidara.
Yeah, they're giving me the same energy that they played yesterday. And this is incredible.
And Anderson step back three-point shot, and Kone pulls down the board, and that's going to be Stankovic's second foul, I believe.
Yeah, second on Stankovic, and Kone's third rebound.
Well, we know how good of a rebounder Sika Kone is, as she had those 18 boards yesterday. I got really excited for her. She was one shy of tying the record for most rebounds in a game at a World Cup.
Yep. We was definitely cheering for that last minute.
And good job there by her as she gives Molly a 2-point lead with 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Well, Molly moving on a string, in my opinion.
So ball is actually called.
Oh,
the call was going against Molly.
Oh, sorry,
let's take a look here.
Me.
Yeah, she said.
Her on her elbow.
Yeah, hit her arm while going for that steal. So ball back to Serbia. Shot clock, game clock, pretty much even. So that'll be one shot opportunity for Serbia. And almost another turnover, but Stankovic comes up with it, and nice footwork and finish by her to end the first quarter. Well, how about this, Azania? We have Serbia and Mali tied at the end of the first, 25-25.
Well, here we go with the stats. Both teams shooting around 50% on the two. The three-point shot, both hit three. One for 3 from 7 and 3 from 6 for Mali. And this is what the same energy we saw from Mali yesterday, as we get to see the best plays of the first quarter. Chajo, Sasha Chajo, they need to find her as her assistant coach hits the air. And then Tina Krajnik is a beautiful soft touch. But for me, Mali, great first quarter, good energy, hit shots, had drives. You know, they love to rebound the ball. Serbia needs to answer, because right now, Mali's giving me the same intensity and energy as yesterday.
Yeah, you said it, Azania. You mentioned it quickly before the game, or the beginning of that quarter, that Mali had that great start against France in the first quarter.
They did,
and they, you know, they were up on France after 10 minutes of play, and France with the big second quarter. But after that, it was kind of even, you know, the rest of the game. So we've seen Mali now 2 games in a row have an amazing first quarter. Can they maintain this kind of energy and good shooting throughout the game?
Well, quickly, go ahead and scan that QR code. Get your courtside app to keep up with the stats. I did the press conference yesterday, and Number 14, Sika Kone, said, hey, I had a good game, but I'm trying to do everything I can for my team to win. This is what we're trying to be. I'm trying to be great. I know I'm young. I'm only 20 years old, but we're here and we want to compete at a high level. And I think they are. I think this team, if they keep building on this momentum, we'll see this team again.
Well, assistant coach a little animated there for Molly as he was just awarded a warning by the referees. So second quarter action, Serbia trying to take this game away, but Molly are going to be putting up a fight as Anderson, a little shaking and baking, but well defended, and Krajicek had a good first quarter. Went to the bench for a while there at the end of the first quarter, and what a job by her as she has a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, and she's just, yet again, I can't say enough about Tina Krajicek. One of the, I'm going to say, my favorite player, works so hard, has that soft touch around the rim, can put it on the floor, got a 15-footer, and makes a free throw.
Well, the pressure was there, but maybe a little less aggressive that time after the free throw, as we did see Serbia get beat a few times down the court after their pressure. Tuti Gandega, three-point shot is good, but I think it was a foul after the play by Serbia.
Yeah.
So Zetz is going to be called for a foul, trying to get around that screen. I think they're saying they kind of hugged her. So the basket counts, and now an opportunity. This could be a 5-point turnaround, or 6. Gandega just hit one. And she's got to put it up. No, it's going to be a turnover.
Good defense.
Shot clock.
Serbia.
Yep, so ball back to Serbia. Good job after that foul, because that could have been a 5 or 6 point
turnaround.
Yep.
Yep, you are correct.
Well, Molly, they're not going away. 28-28, 9 minutes left to play in the first half. And yes, so Kristina Topuzovic is going to be called for the offensive foul. And this is what they do. They come and trap. Way to split the trap, though, is Koulibaly, as Kone is going to be called for a travel, as she picked up her pivot foot before putting the ball on the ground. And Zetz with limited minutes, but good minutes every time she's been given an opportunity, as she knocks down that jump shot.
Yeah, nice little 15-footer from her. Very smart, and a steal from Krajicek.
Look at this. Nice extra pass to the shooter. Is not able to go in, but Krajicek there. Kicks it out. Topuzovic, she passed that one up to Anderson, and unfortunately not able to score on a great little offensive sequence by Serbia, but Koulibaly, goodness me.
I love that. That really made me happy. I love that. Good defense here by Molly, and call a foul there. Don't know, could have gone either or, but the toughness, let's have a look at this.
She did get up into her.
Yeah.
I think it was a great job by Topuzovic to, you know, really attack that leg.
Yeah, put the pressure on the referees. It's the right call. But Molly here, up 1. Serbia needs to answer.
And good job. Look at this defense here by Molly, as Gandega is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, and Gandega, Tuti is saying, hey, she hit me in my mouth first. Do you want to see that too? But she's tough, but really making it hard for Serbia to score here.
Chacho with a big first quarter and great defense, and they're running and late foul call, but what a steal by Dembele as she goes all the way, can't convert, but she draws a foul.
Well, she hits her free throws, and now up 3, Mali.
This is the game. We know Mali are looking for their first win at a FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. And if they get this win here today, this group becomes even more complicated and up in the air.
Complicated or interesting, same thing.
You did mention it though, Mali going up against Canada, who have already, there's two
Clinched
teams
their
that have
way,
secured a spot already, and that's the US and Canada.
Yeah. Canada in a groove right now, Shona. I'm really enjoying their style. They're really locked in.
And great pass from Zets to Krajicnik.
Puts Krajicnik on 11 points now.
And Gandega's pass just over the fingertips and out of bounds. And Krajicnik has had a great start to this game, was not able to convert on that shot, but they got to continually go into her, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's her first shot she's missed.
Koulibaly with the up and under. It's blocked by Tina, so ball. And Gandega's shot is off, but a fight for the rebound ends up in the hands of the white jerseys. Now Anderson has been kind of quiet this game so far.
Yeah.
I think they've defended her
very well.
Yes. Krajicnik, little turnaround, left hand shot doesn't go in. She gets her rebound though. As Zets missed that one.
Foul on Sasha Chajo. And a sub. Koulibaly will come out for Kone. That's good minutes by Koulibaly.
Yeah, great minutes by her.
Yeah.
Offensively, defensively.
Yeah, solid. She's one of their veterans. She's 32 years old.
And Anderson strips the ball, but it goes off her, so Mali will keep it with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Gandega, fancy ball handling, misses the layup though.
And good defense. Serbia get another turnover here. Look at this. Tuti puts the ball up. And Sika's still got her hands on that, Shona. She is truly a magnet to the ball.
So Anderson with a little hesitation and the drive. So good job there by her. I talked about it's kind of been a slow first half for her. And she has 4 points in this contest. Tough catch, but not able to make it, as no surprise, Molly comes up with an offensive rebound though. And we saw Kone hit a couple threes yesterday, where I wouldn't say it's the strong point of her game, but you can definitely tell she's been working on it. And you know, you don't want to leave her open really anywhere on the court.
No, you're right. She did hit 2 yesterday. As Serbia starts to ring out.
Well, Zetz's jump shot is off the mark, and Kone comes up with another defensive board. And 2 white jerseys go to Tuti Gandega, which left an open Dembele, who couldn't knock it down though. And just poor transition defense by Molly leads to a wide open layup by Djordjevic.
Djordjevic ran the floor there. Good poise here. Transition layup. Chajo straight in. And good job. Takes that little bounce to get herself steady. Timeout. Mali.
Nous sommes relax avec la défense dans ce moment. Les pick and roll, le plus important que nous devons faire la défense, c'est la US qui coupe. Et de l'autre côté, si c'est nécessaire, aller la chose que nous avons parlé avant, c'est nécessaire aller pour faire la défense de la US qui c'est dessus les sections. D'accord? Et après, tu sortiras si erreur. D'accord? Mais dans l'attaque, on va jouer notre attaque. D'accord? On va parler des 3, on va faire notre chose. D'accord? Jouer avec calme. Allez, on va jouer.
Well, Coach Joaquin.
He has the deepest French accent I've ever heard.
What's a Spanish accent speaking French?
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. And, you know, wanted to talk a little bit about their defense, but also their offense, playing their style of game offensively. And let's see how Mali can respond coming out of the timeout. And not really what they want was a turnover.
No, and I spoke about this before. Just Mali's fundamentals at times, being patient, simple pass and catch kind of lets them down in moments like this.
But boy, do they play hard.
Yeah. They're really going to push this Serbian team the full 40 minutes.
And, you know, you mentioned that, yeah, they have some veterans, you know, in their 30s. Gandega, Koulibaly. But for the most part, this is a young Mali team that we can only see them improving, as that fast break point is good.
Yeah, she's been good also, hasn't she?
She really has. She had a big second game for them.
Some threes.
Even though they got blown out, yeah. Well, Chacho, big first quarter, has not had a lot of looks here in the second, as that was almost going to lead to another 2-on-1 opportunity for Serbia, but Anderson able to get a hand on that pass.
I don't know why Mali keeps going under the screen on Chacho. Chacho wants to shoot the 3, so you've got to go over the screen. Clearly not in the scouting report.
Well, Sika Kone has kind of been quiet offensively, and foul is going to go against Chacho. Disappointing though, because if we can see the replay, she didn't need to foul, as I thought Krajicnik did a great job coming, look at this, in the help side, but the foul is going against Chajo, you know?
Pushing her, yeah. And Tina gets the brunt of that, ends up on the floor. Chajo goes for her second foul, but
well, Endrai goes 1 of 2 as Topuzovic just goes all the way and unfortunately is not able to make it, but it will stay Serbia ball. And Anderson, tough take, is fouled on her layup. So she will get to go to the free throw line. I do have an impression, maybe it's just me.
Let me hear it.
That the referees are calling a little bit more fouls this game than we've seen the first 4 game days.
Yep, I would have to agree with you. They're letting, especially a lot of body-to-body action. If any like hands are coming in, slapping, then of course they're calling that. But that put Anderson on now 5 points. She misses the second. And Serbia come up with the rebound.
Well, Anderson not able to convert, but a great offensive rebound by about 4 white jerseys leads to Topuzovic's jump shot, and that ball is going to go off her hands and back to Molly. So Molly trailing by 1 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left until halftime. And again, Kone, she's been quiet offensively, hasn't had a lot of touches.
Yeah, they've missed her down low, in my opinion.
Not running a lot through her in this game for some reason. Chajo with the extra pass to Djordjevic, who cannot convert. And Kone with the defensive board as she brings it over half and gives it up. And tough take and an offensive rebound. Goes in, it's a 3-point play. What a tough move by Salimatu Kuruma.
Kuruma screams and said, yes, it puts her in 7 here. Nice drive, she comes down, rips it, takes her time, and finishes big and screams. Yes, puts Mali. Up 2.
Well, you said it, Azania. They were not going to go away, and that's exactly what they have done. And boy, is this Mali team playing better basketball game after game in this tournament. Topuzovic with a tough take. And that is her 4th point of this game.
Another rebound.
And Kone just not able to hold on to the ball. So you said it, another rebound, but unfortunately they get so many offensive rebounds, and a lot of times they're just not able to convert and make teams pay.
Yeah, they're at 6 offensive rebound and 16 defense. They're at 22. And you're right. But either way, they've fought themselves back into the game. It's a tied game, and it's a timeout. Let's listen in.
Les minutes qui restent du match, d'accord? Nous, il faut que nous qui a fini les premiers demi-matchs. Égalité au lourd des jours, d'accord? Tranquillité, on va continuer notre défense, très fort. Attention, quand nous faisons la défense, il y a un joueur qui va porter la balle. C'est le plus important, après les pieds. On va aller, et on attaque, comme nous avons fait, d'accord? On va jouer.
Well, Coach Joaquin wanting to use his second timeout of this first half to basically motivate his players. There's a minute and 26 left before halftime.
Great first half of action.
Really good first half. And, you know, I have been impressed with Molly. Well, that foul is going to go against Dabu, and it is the fourth foul by Molly, but no, sorry, that was the fifth foul. So now Anderson is going to get to go to the free throw line.
Nice little noise from the crowd to try and put her off, but she makes both.
Well, now you see Serbia getting back, not putting as much of that full court pressure on after free throws. Kone, again, has been quiet this game. Dabu, fancy ball handling, and not able to convert the layup. So Serbia with an opportunity to go in to the half. Nice patience by Tina Krajicnik, and now that's a 4-point lead. Dabu, as the rebounding machine, Kone is there to clean up the boards. And another just turnover, as you think that woman right there, Sika Kone, gets mad at herself. She was thinking about
the move
before catching the ball.
Yeah, you see a lot of players, doesn't matter men or women or kids, you know, you've got to catch the ball first. That's the most important.
Nogic. And Anderson comes up with the board. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock. She lets it fly, and it's no good. Well, what a half of basketball do we have for you, as Serbia with a 4-point lead, 43-39 over Mali. And really, Azania.
Yep.
It was back and forth until the last few possessions, and that's why we see Serbia only up 4, excuse me.
Yeah, really back and forth. Mali doing a good job on the rebounding ball, but Serbia there, 21 to Serbia, 23. The steals, only 2 to Serbia, assists 10 to 7, and Krajicnik with 13 points. And Kuma with 8. For me, I think Mali really are playing at high intensity. We saw them just yesterday play this exact type game as we get to see the best plays. And that woman there, Chajo, in my opinion, at halftime, you need to keep talking about her. Make sure you don't let her get any threes, and how you're going to stop Tina Krajicnik, because every time she touches the ball, she doesn't miss.
Yeah, you said it. Great game so far by number 33, the captain, Tina Krajnik.
Yeah, she's 6 from 8.
Yeah, and she, you know, this is the best game she has had so far in this tournament, hands out, and we're only at the halfway point. So, and this is kind of the player you know that she is capable of playing at. And, you know, I mentioned, I don't know if she was dealing with an injury yesterday, but she really seemed off her game. So I'm really glad to see her come out. She knows how important it would be for Serbia to get a win here today over Mali. And on the other side, I think Mali, they've had great contributions from a lot of their players. You know, we saw early in the game, number 10, Maimouna Haidara was aggressive. She finished the half with 7 points. What about Koulibaly coming off the bench, though?
Yeah, Koulibaly's done a really good job because obviously Kone Sika, she has only 2 points. And we saw her have those big 18 points, struggling to do the basics. She's obviously rebounding very, very well. But you're right, her team is coming out solid and playing very well versus the Serbian team. And really being so physical, I think. And as we see, a nice little fast break layup for Serbia. If I'm going in at the halftime and I'm Coach Malkovic, I'm going to say we need to box out. That's the most important thing, I think. But the thing is, setting good screens, good cuts. Go ahead, let's have a thought. Did you have something to add? Oh, no, you're saying how beautiful I am.
So
got it.
We will be right back, and we have a game, a good game, so don't go far.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Oh. I feel like that would have been a
Travel?
She passed herself almost, no? Because she left her feet. Birkany with a deep three-point shot.
Anderson, backdoor, couple dribbles, open look, no block, back Allen, great hands for the Opals.
And Williams with the crossover, and she goes all the way to the basket.
She's incredible. The way she contorts her body, and did she hurt herself a little bit there?
Canada up 3, and nice pass. And talk about breaking the press break. That was almost textbook.
And that's right, and that sends a message if you're going to try and do that. And right now, the physical nature's sending us straight, causing fouls. There is a beautiful drive and finish by Whitcomb in traffic. Sammy Whitcomb, she's been good at
Canada with another opportunity, 14 seconds. Let's see if they can get something a little better. Carlton spin move. That's a tough shot, but it's good.
Skip pass, outlet intercepted, Chajo there, and the three! Chajo doing everything for Serbia right now.
And Okoya tries to take it, but Amy here says, not in my house, folks.
Nice little turnover here, defense feeding offense for the Opals. No look pass, George on the block, waiting for it, and it counts! Australia feeling themselves.
Sammy Whitcomb with the no-looker, gets it to George for the easy 2.
10 seconds left. They get it to Williams. Williams' floater is good.
That's pretty. That's so pretty. I love it, Gabby Williams. She says, give it to me. Don't worry, France. I got this. I'll put you on my back. And boy, does she finish with the time.
Well, welcome back to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, and what a game do we have for you. Mali only trailing by 4 to Serbia, and Mali, in my opinion, have been spectacular. Kanku Koulibaly off the bench. Boy, did she give Mali a spark.
Yeah, with 8 points, she's 2 from 2 from the three-point line. There's one of her threes. And you're right, she came off the bench and was instant offense. And there's a second three, and really gave a push for Mali, exactly what they needed. And she averages 6.3, and she's already over that limit, and she's got at 8 points.
And, well, for Serbia, they've had some contributions from a lot of players, but for me, that woman, Tina Krajisnik, it is the best game that the best half, and already the best game that she has played in this FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup.
Yeah, she's got 13 points, she's averaging 11. Just nice touches around the basket. That's what she's known for. She's solid, post up, good patience, and there we saw her finish her nice little jump shot. So we expected Tina Krajisnik to come out and have a good game. She did start. We have seen her in and out the starting lineup, as we see some Mali fans have made their way. But for me, I'm a little bit worried if I'm a Serbian right now, because Mali are playing fantastic. They're playing aggressive, they're playing fast, they're getting good contributions from other players other than Sika Kone. Obviously, she's struggling a little bit, just kind of making moves without catching the ball. But they're playing aggressive and they're playing fast. And maybe Serbia now is feeling a little, you know, they've played just as many games. Maybe a little tired.
Yep. And you know, I mean, Serbia needs to win tonight to more or less keep their hopes alive of moving on in this tournament. Mali, if they win, boy, will it shake up this group up. And we knew, you know, going into this tournament that this group was the group of death. And for sure, you know, looking at it before, we said, okay, Mali clearly the less strong team of the other teams in this group, but they are proving that they can hang. You know, yesterday against France, today against Serbia. I'm not sure if they can do it for 40 minutes, but they have earned the respect of a lot of people who have seen them now a game and a half in the last 2 days.
Yeah, they have definitely got better and better and better as this tournament has gone along. Yesterday, like we said, France, they lost 59-74, and then obviously they got smacked by the home nation Australia 58-118, and their first game against Japan 89-56. So we've seen them do much better. There's Tina Sevendakic's 13 points, and all the leaders across the board as Serbia comes out first to start their warm-up. Krajisnik, excuse me, Sevendakic is not here. She actually has an injury. She's one of them missing, and I clearly miss her because I just brought her name up.
You do. And, well, Sasha Chacho, 9 points, all coming in the first quarter. Didn't have a lot of looks in that second quarter.
But Mali are going under the screen, right? So she's going to shoot.
So they're leaving her open, yeah. Well, she has definitely had a good first half to go along with Krajisnik. And I think they need her, but I also think they need, you know, at least one other player to really step up and try and get double digits. It's been a slow night for Yvonne Anderson.
Yeah, she's only got 7, but I mean, she's 1 from 8, so she's really struggling around the rim. But I think hats off to Mali. I think they've obviously done a really good job. They're solid. They're playing physical, up-close defense. So she's, you know, she's got her points from the free throw line because she's driving, and she's 5 from 6 from the free throw line. So at least she's still being aggressive.
And, you know, I'm not sure if Yvonne Anderson is at full strength, as she's not out here warming up with her teammates.
Who?
Anderson.
Right, she's right there.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Yeah, she's
okay,
tiny.
no worries.
It's the referees, they're in our way.
And there we see the game leaders for Mali, as I'm a big fan of Sika Kone, number 14. She only has 2 points tonight, and they came from the free throw line. She does have her 6 boards. I believe she's going to have double-digit rebounding day again. But they need to have the ball go through her a little bit more offensively, I think, if they want to win.
I also think they're missing her down low where she's great. She's working hard, posting up, and they're just missing her, and they're shooting just kind of over her. But she does have 2 points. She had 18 yesterday. But that's all right, and especially, like we said, she's a young up-and-coming player, and as she gets older, she'll start to have that consistency of scoring. But you know what is consistent is that rebounding game.
It absolutely is. But you know what, Azania? It's only a 4-point lead. Mali struggled scoring in their first 2 games of the tournament. They've figured it out in the last 2 games, and here today with 39 points at half. We know from this group that Canada are moving on, and Japan with 1 win, they want to get another win. Australia will be playing Canada tonight. That'll be a big game. This is a really hard group, but if you ask me who's moving on other than Canada, I'm not sure I could pick a team.
Belgium advanced today.
Right? In Group A?
Yeah.
So Belgium
they beat
earlier today.
Bosnia-Herzegovina 85-55. So they are a team that will advance. So now we have 3. We have USA, Canada and Belgium.
Well, maybe a few other teams will have booked their ticket. But the thing is, you also want to finish top 2, especially in this Group B, because you don't want to cross with the US or China.
You're right. So it's important here, Serbia come out in this 3rd quarter and play tough and solid. And the same for Mali. I think there's not much they need to change. They're playing very, very well. They're playing aggressive. I just think they need to catch and finish around the basket a bit better, and also get over screens. But go ahead and scan and download your app for the World Cup scores to keep up to date. Like we said, Belgium has advanced. USA is playing right now. Korea up 53-28. So you can go ahead and get your app to keep up, or to even watch the game.
Well, Mali taking their time coming out, and you see the referees not too happy about that. Welcome back, basketball fans. Second half action underway here at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Mali trailing by 4 to Serbia, and Mali ball. And I said it, that woman needs to get going offensively. I don't think shooting outside shots at the 3-point line is where she needs to get going, though.
Me neither. You want to get something close and nearby the basket.
So, ball out of bounds and back to Serbia as Mali in a maybe a zone here, or a big miscommunication. But great job there, nice ball movement, ends up in the hands of Nogic, as she knocks down that three-point shot.
Nice little skip and finish.
Yeah, great job there by Dembele getting the start for Mali here in this second. Oh, they're in a box and one.
Yeah, this is interesting. Let's have a look at this.
Well, box and one, I don't mind it, but you need to know where the shooters are.
And
look at this defense, so great job. Not able really to pick the ball up, and they're gonna have to get it over half. They do. And tough drive by Haydara, who had a really good first quarter for them. Kind of cooled off a little in the second, but good defensive possession leads to
an opportunity and goes to the line here. Look at that. Talk about a timeout, little sneaky move there by Mali. Put in a box and one and change up the look for Serbia.
Well, Haydara. And misses well short on her second attempt. So Serbia got lucky. Krajcik, she can shoot from there.
She sure can. 15-footer right on the money. Tina Krajcik comes out and hits the 15-footer. Lovely.
And I said it, this woman needs to get going, and that's what I want to see. Instead of settling for outside three-point shots, I want to see her attack the basket, and she could do that all game long, in my opinion.
Yep, she's long and lean and very quick and can get to the rim.
Well, shooters shoot, and that's what Chacho did, but it was off the mark that time. And Mali are running, and Dembele gets all the way to the basket. Unfortunately, can't score.
Chacho will keep shooting, shoot. And boy, did she need that one. Lovely. See what I mean? Mali keeps losing Chacho. She's a three-point shooter, guys.
Well, we saw Kone penetrate hard 2 possessions ago. I'd love to see it again. Step-through move is going to be called a travel, though. So ball back to Serbia.
Referee's all over it. Coach doesn't like it, but she did do a little Mali shuffle.
We've seen a few
travels.
Yeah, in this tournament so far.
Yeah, I think the Koreans got called for a few.
And Nogic, she's already knocked down 1 this quarter, but that one is short.
And Kone gets the rebound. That's 7 rebounds for her.
Tough move by Dembele. And interestingly enough, not a single green jersey on the offensive board.
Took a rebound. Yeah, that might have been the first. Anderson.
As Krajcik is just not able to hold on to the pass.
Right idea, though.
And Kuruma, she had a good first half for them, but what about that block by Ratza? And they get the ball back, and Kone with the offensive rebound, but it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Well, good solid defensive stop that Serbia needed here. But Mali are just still being aggressive. They're a little bit out of their little sync, I think, in offense, but Serbia doing a good job on the defensive end.
Anderson wants a pick up top. And Pretty well defended again, Anderson. She gets to no-gauge, so great defensive possession by Mali, excuse me.
Wow, both teams playing solid on both ends. It looks very difficult. Serbia can't score and Mali can't score right now.
Well, you know what? As long as, you know, if you are having trouble scoring, you've got to go down and defend.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's what we're seeing.
And turnovers 12 for Mali and only 7 for Serbia.
Spin move is, I think one referee has a foul and the other referee,
and they want to talk about it,
thought she saw a foul. Let's take a look. I think the foul came after the travel, but there's a reason why you and I are here and they are there.
No, travel.
And, you know, I say Anderson hasn't really been able to get going. Nice pass inside to Ivana Ratza. But she's also, I feel like, played this entire game.
Yes, she has.
Tough shot, cannot go in. And I'm wondering if Sika Kone is a little bit more tired because we're not even seeing her go rebound.
Nope. And a two-pointer there, but foot on the line, but guess who it is? It's Chajo hitting another shot. Mali keeps losing her, but Serbia is happy to have her. 15 points for Sasha Chajo.
Well, let's take a quick listen into the Mali timeouts.
On va faire les premières demi-matchs. On va faire un bon défense dans le groupe de Diana. On va faire une défense. Mais là, le problème maintenant, c'est l'attaque. Nous, on n'est pas hors pour jouer, d'accord? Et tu joues de l'autre, tu joues de l'un, d'accord? Et on va commencer en jouant tête, d'accord? Et on va le faire. Et après, Maillot, mais on va le faire pour que c'est une bonne option, d'accord? Si siga, c'est-à-dire que soit pas trop loin de l'exception. Et laissez-les seuls. Et te jouer un contre un 33, d'accord? Bien.
Well, great start here by Serbia. First 5 minutes of this third quarter, and they have outscored Mali 12-14. And you heard in that timeout, Coach Joaquin, he said, for me, it's more about our offense. Kone fakes the handoff, drives aggressively, and it's an and one.
And we said we wanted her to be aggressive to the rim and not just shoot three-point shots, which she does, but she needs to shoot them in rhythm. But this is a nice finish.
And a good job there, so that's a three-point play for Kone. Anderson finds Krajicnik, her little jump shot off the back of the iron, and Kone, you mentioned it, her hands are just magnets to the ball. And deep three-point shot is no good, but a rebounding foul is going to go against Kone. So Nogic now maybe taking a little bit of pressure off of Anderson, not having to bring up the ball. Anderson drives baseline, and again, gosh, they're doing a great job defending her, and it's a 2-on-1. And Njai kind of says, Kone, get out the way, I want to go right, but she can't make that layup. And Nogic, what a shot! Big time shot by number 17.
Nogic needed 8 points for her, sets her feet, and a beautiful 3-point shot. And Serbia really starting to open up this lead now in the third quarter.
You know, I mentioned it at halftime. I was worried if Mali could continue to play as aggressively and as great. Oh, nice pass from Koulibaly to Kone, as they did in the first half. And, you know, that's what kind of separates good teams from great teams, is being able to play that 40-minute game. And this is difficult, folks. I mean, this is the 4th game in 5 days for both these teams.
Yeah, we're tired and we haven't even played one game. So I can't even imagine. This is such a tough tournament. You do not play this type of schedule at home with your home club. Playing this many games is a lot of minutes and miles in the legs. So good job for Serbia to keep being tough, but Mali will not go away. They will play all 40 minutes.
Well, Nogic, nice third quarter for her. And that one looked good, but hit the front of the iron. And Kone with the rebound. Koulibaly asking for it because she's got a mismatch. But unfortunately, it's going to be a travel, and that's an easy call for the referee.
Yeah, drags that foot, and all smiles still.
And how about that? She could shoot from outside, but she can also attack the basket, is Nogic. So great third quarter for her. And unfortunately, Kone just not able to hold on to the ball. Looked at the referee. I think she wanted a holding foul underneath.
Yeah, but also Koulibaly just needs to put a little bit more air on that pass. And Kone says, referee, please give me a foul. But uniform check, referee saying tuck it all in. And Serbia gets another stop, Shona.
Well, sets now in the game for Anderson, who has played big minutes, and it's going to be an offensive foul. So ball back to Mali. And Koulibaly, she has the advantage underneath, and nice little spin move, patience by her. As for me, she's probably had the best game from her in this tournament.
Yeah, 10 points now for her. And they bring it in with 10 points also, Mali. Somebody's open, Serbia, if they just move the ball.
Oh, great defense. And you know what's so important? There's a minute and a half, just under. Njai has not hit a shot, a long three in this game. And Kone went up hard, but could not come down with the rebound. You know, it's so important. There's a minute 20 left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And you think if Mali can cut it down or not have it more than 10 points, you know, 9 or 8 heading into the fourth, that is really
They
doable.
can stick around, yeah.
11-12 all of a sudden becomes a lot harder for a team that, you know, not shooting the three-point shot very well here today. You know, getting less offensive rebounds than they're used to, as Krajcik just goes at Koulibaly and an easy made basket for her. And, well, Kone caught it that time, but got herself in the air and just passed to nobody. And that ball goes off the fingertips of Gandega. So Serbia with a new shot clock as there's 43 seconds left in this quarter. Chajo finds an open Krajcik, who misses but gets her own rebound and drew the foul.
Yeah, that's not like Tina. She resets herself here. Nice little pass by Chajo. And just, you know what happened is she had to use the backboard. She never uses the backboard. She always does a nice little soft shot in front of the rim. Anyway, Serbia gets the ball. Ooh. Travel, yeah.
Dragged her foot there is Nogic, who I'm pretty sure has played this entire quarter.
And she gets her sub. Ratsa and Jovanovic will come in for this last few seconds.
Well, I said it. I think if they can go into the fourth quarter down single digits, let's see, or at least 10 points, if Mali can score here. Kone, it's a long two. There for the offensive rebound is Haidara, could not put it back. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. So 2 good looks at the end of that quarter for Mali, just not able to convert. And now Serbia with a little bit more breathing room as they head into the fourth quarter, up 12, 62-50 over Mali.
And there we have the stats. Mali 13 from 33, shooting 39%. If maybe, you know, they have a few more of those 2-pointers, they're back in this game. It's a 12-point game, but for me, Serbia had a good third quarter, and I spoke about the third quarter energy and start that they needed. They got good minutes from Chajo from the 3-point line. They keep losing her. I keep talking about, you know, matching up. And then, but Mali down 12. Yet again, a good solid game. This isn't out of touch or reach for them. They just got to make a few more shots, and also just basic fundamentals still. Catching, solid, taking your time, don't get rushed. But Serbia doing a great job and solid defensive effort.
Yeah, well, you talked about that woman right there, Sasha Chajo. Huge first quarter, was silent in the second quarter, came up big for them again here in the third, along with Nogic, and that's one of her threes from this quarter.
Yeah, Nogic has been
she
solid
had a
too.
great quarter for them. Didn't play a whole lot in the first half.
Yeah, she got 10 points.
But a great third quarter. And your favorite,
Tina
Krajcik, doing a little bit of everything of what they need. But there's 10 minutes left in this game. Mali are only trailing by 12. Not shooting great from the three-point range today. Well, not shooting amazingly from the field in general, but we know that they can get up, defend, pick up steals, and they could score fast.
Yeah, and get out in transition.
So, fourth quarter action underway. Can Mali make a little bit of a run? Well, not if that woman has anything to say about it, as unfortunately her shot is off, but it's going to be a jump ball and ball to Mali. just love to see Kone attack Krajicek a little bit more from that three-point area.
Yeah, it's been a good battle. Here she is down low. She passes it out and then turns over the ball.
As you see Kone talking to Gendega, and she was like, no, I need you to go more in the corner when your defender is not doubling, but they're, you know, ready
Digging
for
down,
when I dribble.
And turnovers today, 17 for Mali, and we've still got a whole 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, they've had more unforced turnovers than in other games we have seen. Well, good job getting the ball back, Mali, as they now have an opportunity.
Yeah, good solid stop by them. If we don't score, you don't score, Serbia.
Well, Koulibaly, a little bit of a height difference. And nice reverse layup there by her is going to earn her 2 free throws.
And a good job by Koulibaly there. Look, she just takes her time, probes with her dribble, and then gets pushed in the back. And she'll take a trip to the line for 2. Makes the first.
Well, that's what they need. Stops and scores. If they can put together, you know, a sequence of 2 stops, 2 scores, they are definitely back in this game. Let's see if they can dig down and get a stop. Anderson, tough make, and she sees her layup roll in while drawing the foul and is going to get to go to the free throw line.
Good move and takes the hit here. Hit to the side, hit to the head, and gets that soft roll. Or head to the free throw line. I love the crowd. They said, let's go, Anderson, you got this. That's so sweet. And
so
she sure
encouraging.
does. So encouraging. She sure does. She hits the free throw.
Well, you see Serbia, especially the second half, really just getting back into playing half-court defense. Great spin move, Haidara, as she sends Jovanovic to the floor. And Nogic talked about the big third quarter she had, as she drives and isn't able to score. And look at the hustle by the captain, Krajicek, for the offensive rebound. And the hot hand continues for Nogic.
Good job, Nogic. Just kept spotting up for that 3-point shot. She's on 13 points now. Lovely day at the office for Nogic.
And they went inside last time down to Haidara as they try and go to her again. She has a little bit of a height difference on Jovanovic. Gendega's shot is long. And now Anderson pushing the tempo. She finds Ratza for an easy 2-point basket. And those are the kind of easy baskets that you cannot give up, especially if you're trying to make a run.
You're right.
In the fourth quarter.
Yep. And Ratza just really took off to the races. They're trying to pick on the smaller guard.
And Jovanovic comes up with the defensive boards. And again, look at this. And this is where I feel like Mali is getting tired.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the same energy, offensive rebound, getting back, aggressiveness defensively. Dembele, they're tired.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they have definitely given it their all, especially in the first half.
I can see signs asking the coach, hey, sub, get me out of here. And then Koulibaly is saying, hey, calm down, calm down.
Good job. Well, here's the energy we talked about as shot clock, and it's a strip by Gandega and a 2-on-1. She finds Kone running, and great job there by Molly. So every time you feel like, you know, energy is down, that might be it for them, they show us this.
Offensive foul, yeah. Moving screen by Tina Krajnik. They've called this moving screen across the tournament. If you're not solid, if you don't have that screen set, they're going to call a moving screen.
Well, timeout is called by Molly. So let's take a listen in.
Force que nous pouvons faire. Mais première, après notre attaque, il faut courir. Est ne peut pas faire un balancel parce qu'il court plus que moi. Elle court plus que moi. Et après, pression, mais absolue pression. Nous l'avons fait 2 ou 3 fois déjà très bien. On va continuer. C'est tous les fois. Et après, rapide à panneau. Et s'il vous plaît, à profiter le tir facile. À profiter le tir facile. Les matchs, c'est dans notre rêve, dans les tirs faciles. C'est les matchs. Allez, on va.
Well, you saw the intensity from Coach Joaquin there, and he wants his players to fight until the end, no matter what happens. There's 6 minutes, 12 seconds left. They're down 14.
Yep.
And what about this? Tina Krajnik with a double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds. She has hops like a rabbit tonight.
There we go. Shout out to the Tina. She's got the double-double, played very well. Good catch here, good ball movement.
Haidara. And they just really have not shot the outside three ball well tonight.
Yeah, it's not something that they're good at.
Anderson, maybe not, scoring from the outside a lot today, but she has definitely had moments where, because of her, her teammates are playing well.
Yeah, I would agree with you. This is the matchup that we like.
Kone,
Travel.
yeah. It's that move that some referees really look for. In North America, that's not a travel.
Correct. Yep, I would
but
give you that.
Over in Europe, it is.
Yeah, you've got to put the ball down, and she's saying to the referee, hey, why is that? And she explained, the ball's got to go down. You know what, actually, when I played down under here in Australia, I was taught the throw down. Right. So as you catch this on the floor, and then that way they can't call the travel. I might have to teach her that after the game.
And kickball. So shot clock resets. And we'll stay Serbia. And a pass to Anderson is picked off by Dembele as she finishes the easy fast break layup.
Nice little steal. See, still playing hard even though that they're down.
Well, nice patience and ball movement here by Serbia as Chacho backs it down with 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yep. Well, she's definitely lit up the three-point line this afternoon.
And Molly just playing outside the three-point line because of the good defense by Serbia. And what an offensive rebound is Kone. Unfortunately, just not able to put it back. And she now has 10 rebounds And Chacho's shot is good. Well, she started on fire, and she is finishing on fire, folks.
Yeah, that puts her 6 from 9 from the three-point line. She's shooting 67%, and there goes one of those shuffles, the Mali shuffle travel, and 20 big points for Chacho. Clearly, Mali haven't adjusted throughout this game. Ladies, she's a shooter. If you go under the screen, she's going to shoot it. If you lose her in transition, she's going to shoot it. You cannot lose her at any moment of the game, and they sure have. She shot it fantastically.
Well, the shooter is being patient and finds her teammate. Anderson, step back, two-point shot is good. Like I said, it's not been a great shooting night for Anderson, but she has been playing well.
Yeah, and she's their point guard, right? So she's facilitating in other places.
Day, it's actually not night here.
Yeah, it's only 3 o'clock, hun.
Kone. And that shot's no good. She also has a double-double in this game as well. 11 points, 10 boards. Netza Jovanovic wide open, which I feel if she was in confidence, she would have shot
that. Yeah. And then turns over the ball.
Ende with an easy two-point basket out of the good steal on the defensive end for her.
Well, bang! Oh, she missed it, Shona. I was ready.
Oh, what about this pick by Yvonne Anderson as she just picks the pocket? Thief.
Yeah.
Jovanovic.
Serbia needs to be careful, look after this ball.
And Anderson just threw the ball away, didn't really know where her teammates were.
Not a good-looking possession there by Serbia, in my opinion. They're up 18, so they can afford that turnover, but a little sloppy in that possession.
Yep, I think that would be a good word to describe their last offensive possession.
Thank you very much.
Well, Dembele thought about the three and got Anderson standing upright, and Koulibaly. What about that hustle?
Wow, and one.
To get the offensive rebound by 2 Mali jerseys. Well, that bomb fell in the hands of number 10.
Yeah.
Maimouna Haidara.
She saw the shot go up, and this is what I must commend Mali for. They work so hard and early on the offensive board. As soon as that shot goes up, they get in good position. As we see a nice little talk with coach and Koulibaly.
And she's able to convert the three-point play. So Mali not really going away. Problem is time is running out.
Yeah.
Nice penetration and kick leads to a wide open shot by Topuzovic.
Yeah, and Serbia are executing and really making Mali pay for their breakdown on the defensive end.
Well, I mentioned it, they're not going away.
They're gonna fight till 40 minutes, I told you that at the beginning of the game. Win or lose, they play their style. And that's what we have to round applause, right? Mali, you've played very hard. You're a bit over your head in this tournament, but you can learn from this moment.
Exactly, as Topuzovic's layup is well off the mark. So Mali with an opportunity to cut into it a little bit. Not sure they're gonna pull up the amazing comeback. but they are fighting until the end. That is for sure. And hasn't been a good shooting night for Mali from three-point range. And you can't say that they did not give an amazing amount of effort, though. Krajicnik goes all the way to the basket, and that was blocked. So Mali off to the racetracks, and
Offensive
great
foul.
defensive possession there by Yvonne Anderson, as she noticed Haidara was a little out of control and just set her feet, stood her ground.
And look at this, she's way outside the circle. Incredible for Anderson, really, to put her body on the line and take that big hit that might hurt and be a little sore tomorrow. But she's done very well. Like we said, not our regular day for Yvonne Anderson, but she's done lots of things great, just like that charge.
And we know Serbia go up against France tomorrow. That'll be
Tough.
I mean, if France don't win today in the game that's coming up next after this,
we got a problem.
we got, as Tina misses an easy one, but it looks like she took a little bit of a hit to the head. Can Kone finish in time? I believe it's good.
And this is not a good sight. Tina there on that last basket got hit and is crying really bad and gets hit in the nose. And I really hope it's not broken. Oh my gosh, I think it is.
Well, you said it. There's the final score, 81-68, and a smile that you don't normally see out of the face of Marina Malkovic. So congratulations to Serbia. They now have 2 wins in this tournament. But like you said, Azania, it's a little concerning. You see your best player go down, Krajicnik.
Oh my gosh, I got to see we're right here, and that thing looks out of place, is broken for sure. I mean, that is really disappointing and sad to see with just a few seconds left. And but Serbia managed to hold on, and maybe my heart goes out to Tina Krajicnik. She had a double-double today, and they just circle her here, and she's sitting down, and I don't know if we can get a glimpse in if our old mate gets out the way. And here's the end of the stats. Mali really struggling around the 19 from 43, 44%, not bad. But really Serbia fans happy and on their feet and flying their Serbian flags. They've got the win. Rebounding game, 40-39, pretty even. The steals, 8 for Mali. And then Chajo, big 20 points. You better watch out because she is a killer and a sniper beyond the arc.
Yeah, you said it. Great third quarter, really, by Serbia. They just came out, they knew what they needed to do, and I think they set the tone defensively and offensively for the rest of the game, but it started the first 5 minutes of that third quarter. And, you know, obviously I see you very concerned right now as the rest of the Serbian players have gone to the mixed zone and then to the locker room. But Tina Krajicnik is still on the bench and getting looked at. Looks better now. She's talking, she's communicating with the trainers and physios.
Yeah, they're probably going to have to put it, with a broken nose, you got to get it back in sooner than later. But she definitely had a great game. Sad to see that she's injured because really they're going to need her big time tomorrow in France, and I don't know if we can really get her back in that time. But well done, Mali. With that loss, that will be them finished for the rest. They will not make it to the next round. Yeah,
But
I'm
some
sad
positives.
right now. Yeah,
It's really, for me, it's some positives because we've seen Mali improve every game in this tournament. And then I think, you know, next summer they will have AfroBasket and they will get to grow on this improvement and, you know, continue to try and grow every year and hopefully represent African country at the next FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, which will be in 4 years from now. there are a lot of positives that Mali needs to take away from this.
I
is
would
what I'm
totally
trying to say.
agree. Yep. Good rebounding around the rim. They need to just touch up on maybe some of the easy fundamentals, work on that three-point shot, but we would definitely see this team to come.
Well, congratulations to Serbia as they have just beat Mali. There you see it, 81-68. Don't go far because coming up shortly, we have France taking on Japan, and then a big one tonight at 8:30 local time, Canada taking on the home nation, Australia. And we will get to check out the Group B results. Again, we know Canada have already qualified. They have 6 points, 3-0. Serbia in second now, but let's see what France does. And then Australia, Japan, and Mali round out the group. Well, a great game by Mali. Congratulations to them. And like I said, a lot to learn from this. Serbia with an all-important win here at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in Sydney, Australia. Don't go far. We'll be right back. Have a good afternoon.